Welcome back, HMC, to our back and chest workout for week 3. For today's workout, we're going to need use of a wall, our bands. This is a banded only workout here, and then 3 to 5 feet of space around us, as well as the ability to reach right on up to make sure we're not interfering with any ceiling fans, light fixtures, that sort of thing. As always, keep that water bottle nice and close. Take lots of hydration breaks, and if at any point you feel like you need to take a break, feel free to pause me, come right back in whenever you're ready. That's no problem at all. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead, stepping out nice and wide. Let's warm things up, reaching up. And let's lean it to the left, really stretching out those lats for today's workout. And back to center. Right side. And back in, dropping those hands in some great big arm circles. Really kind of letting it sit where it's a little bit sticky. Switching directions. Some reaching all the way across. Hug that right arm across your body. Switching sides, left hand. Bringing those hands behind our chest. Create that space between our thumbs and our lower back. Dropping it down. And let's stretch out those traps, because we know traps can get super greedy and like to take over. So let's go left ear to left shoulder. Tuck that chin so you're looking down at the floor. Back up to center, right ear, right shoulder. And look towards the floor. Really, just so we're thoroughly warming up, grab those bands. And we're going to draw arches over our bodies. Mobilizing those shoulders, opening up that chest, let those hands fall apart. Taking that time, we're preventing injury, we're really thoroughly warming up here. Drop it down. Let's stretch out those triceps, our accessory muscles here, reaching that right hand up and over. Drop it down, switching sides. Awesome. Now let's go ahead. We're going to very quickly warm up that lower body just for a full body workout. Hip circles. Perfect. Switching directions. Let's open up those hips. Let's go one leg at a time. So right leg will go up and over, and then back over. Two and one. Switching sides. Two and one. Shake it out. Let's go left leg. Draw those circles on the floor. Drop it down. Right leg. Awesome. Now let's go ahead. Let's find that sweet spot for the intensity. Let's find that place where we are right at the talk test. So doing the cardiovascular movement of your choice for 1 minute. I'm going to jog on the spot. Finding that point at which we're able to talk but not sing here. So we're feeling our breath speed up. We're feeling our bodies warm up. What does that look like on you today? Where are we at as far as the talk test for today? 30 seconds. You got this. 20 seconds. See where we're at. Set that intention for today. The hard part's over. You've already pressed play. All right, ramp it back down. We found that spot. Grab those waters, take a sip. Let's get right into it. First step here, we're going to work onto our walls. So backing onto the wall, we're going to start with some wall angels. Creating that neutral spine, pressing that lower back into the wall. We're going to go ahead, bring your hands up, just a field goal position. Keeping those elbows, those shoulders, and those knuckles on the wall. Slide those hands 6 inches up and down that wall. Keeping those shoulders down and away. 2 and 1. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch. Working on the other side, doing some wall push-ups for 10, and we're gonna do 3 rounds of both of these. Remember, we can change our resistance based on how far away our feet are from the wall. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it out. Give yourself what you need here. Let's go back onto the wall. Wall angels. Keeping that symmetry. We're training the front and the back of our bodies here. Three, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Wall push-ups. Let's go for 10. You got this. Straight line from those shoulders down to your heels. Neutral spine. 2, and 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. Give yourself what you need here. 1 more round of these. Back onto the wall. Wall angels. We should feel nice and warm in that shoulder girdle in our lats by now. 2, and 1. Shake it out. Switching to wall push-ups. See how far away you can step. Add that challenge. 2, and 1. Step it off. Shake it out. Stepping off the wall, we're good to grab onto those bands now. Grab that water while I introduce the next movement. Next up, we've got some banded bent over rows. So taking our band, we're going to place it underneath the arch of both of our feet. And depending on the resistance we need, we're going to step out wider or more narrow. So if you need a little bit more resistance, step nice and wide. If you need less, step low. You can even take 1 foot out. So stepping out nice and wide, finding that comfy resistance, we're going to pitch forward at 45 degrees and go hands to hips by bending the elbows, squeezing in our lats. Bent over rows. Three, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out. How did that feel? Are we feeling it right here in those lats, or are you feeling it in your traps? If you're feeling in those traps, I want you to focus on tucking that chin, really driving almost that pinky to your hip like you're holstering a sword. Bringing those hands back onto those bands under the arch of the foot. Let's row. Tuck that chin. I want to see your double chins here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. We've got 1 more round here. Back in we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out, grab that water. Next up here, we're going to do some banded chest presses. So tucking that band right underneath our armpits like it's the most well-fitting backpack in the world. And we're gonna bring those hands up, find that comfy resistance. You may need to get rid of some slack on that band here. We're gonna punch with both hands towards our screen. 3 rounds of 10. Halfway there. And 1, drop it down, shake it out. Hands up for 10. You got this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. Last round. Get ready. Shoulders back and down, chest is proud, hugging baby up and in. Let's make it count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. Next up, we're going to do some banded flies. So keep that band tucked under the armpits. Find that comfy resistance. Let's bring those hands out. And then we're going to kiss our knuckles together at the center. Resist the band on the way back out for our banded flies. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. One more round, let's go for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, last ones, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. Let's go ahead, grab that water. I'll introduce the next movement. We're going to do some chest height band pull aparts. So holding that band, just like it sounds at chest height, we're going to row it back by flying those elbows towards the back of the room and resist the band on the way back. 3 rounds of 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. One more time, bring it up for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. One more round here. You've got this. Bring it up for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out, grab that water. We are done with our bands here, so we can set those down. And next up, we're going to work on our accessory movement for these pushing and pulling movements. So we're going to do some chair assisted dips. So I want you to grab a chair that has no wheels, that is nice and sturdy. And we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up by sitting on our chair, placing those hands right beside our hips. And very slowly, very carefully, we're going to walk our feet away. And just like our wall push-ups, the amount of resistance depends on how far those feet are away from the chair. And by bending those elbows, we're going to dip down for 3 rounds of 10. 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out. Can kind of be a funky one, but just make sure we're setting ourselves up nice and safely here. Hands beside our hips. Walk those feet off, slide that booty off for 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out, give yourself what you need here. And when you're ready, hands on the side of the chair, slide that booty off. Last round. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, sit back on that chair, shake out those arms. We should feel a nice burn in the back of those arms. And as a little reward, we're gonna stretch things out, cool things down from our chair here. So we're gonna start by reaching that right hand up, grabbing it with our left wrist, reaching over for 3 breaths. Let that shoulder just melt away. Dropping those hands down, reaching up and over. Awesome. I want you to look over that left shoulder like someone's goofing off in class behind you. Letting those shoulders drop away. Back to center, switching sides. And back to center. Let's go left to your left shoulder. And now tuck that chin. Back up to center, right to your right shoulder. Now tuck that chin. Perfect. Take those hands, link them behind your back. Just let those shoulders drop away. Hang out here for a few breaths, opening up that chest. And now let's thank those triceps for all their hard work by reaching that right hand up and over. Pat yourself on the back, boost the stretch with the left. And drop it back down. Let's switch sides, left hand up and over. And drop it down. Fantastic job today. Make sure to grab that water, give your body what it needs today, and we'll see you in the next workout.